Dude, I just did the countdown. Felt like everyone else was, was a little
The rules
scared.
are breaking.
Yeah, everyone else is afraid, and we all know that fear is the light killer. So
Fear is the light killer.
yeah, dude,
It's the pod killer.
exactly. Fear is the pod killer.
Oh my God.
Being a sleepy baby is the pod killer, but it seems like your nap has refreshed you, and me and Cody are just...
I'm doing fine.
Exactly. Now you guys are Trey Sleep.
There's not a sleepy bone in my body.
No, it's this damn job. I'm literally exhausted every day.
No, I get it, man. I worked 14 hours today.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for another thing. I don't think I can't do this. I really can't. Like I'm so exhausted every single day after work that I just pass out on my couch.
Like the pay's probably banging, but it's not worth the...
It's not, actually. I took a pay cut.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Wait,
no,
why?
For a few reasons. One, because if I stick it out, you can actually, everyone I talk to there, they've been there forever. So you can actually there's a career and they promote from within, but you kind of have to pay your dues, just work your way up.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I don't want
to. If they were to pay me more, I could do this job. I mean, it's easy. It's not easy. It's fun, but it's just not. I'm over it. Pay me more.
Pay me more. Give this man money.
Yeah, I started applying for shit today because I just can't. It's not worth it.
How would you, for the same pay, harvest spice as a living?
No. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? That's pretty much
Seems
what
horrible.
I'm doing. I am using large machinery to harvest the bullshit spice that is just work.
Well, spice gets you high or it makes you do interstellar travels. So
Yeah, it's crazy. They don't really, the books do, but the movie doesn't quite explain why it's able to help with interstellar travel. It just is.
yeah, the movie seems like it hits all the big moments that the book would have. I didn't read the book, but the book is long. It's a huge book. It seems like it's more descriptive and there's probably lore that the movie doesn't touch on.
Well, yes and no. It depends what you go by. A lot of people, and my parents have read it and my brother-in-law friends, you can actually, and even Frank Herbert, even though he wrote a lot of them, you can just read Dune 1 and that's kind of it. That's in fact what these two, Denis Villeneuve did.
Yeah, because there's
Dune 1 part 1 and 2 is just the first book, which is also considered the book.
Yeah. Frank Herbert wrote the first 6 to 8 or something like that, didn't he?
Yeah, and then his son wrote the rest.
And I heard that once his son took over, it went to the pits.
Well, and it's just also that you don't have to read the rest of them. You can consider the first book, because it does have a beginning, middle, end.
Yeah.
And but then it goes on and continues, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I read the first one, so
Oh, I was going to say, have you read the whole series?
no, I'll probably read the second one because my dad has all of them.
Nice.
Nice.
But the first one is dope. I only read it after seeing this movie, Today's Topic.
Ooh.
And what is today's topic, Jake FH?
Today is Dune Part 1.
I honestly, I've been practicing that because I wanted to take on that role.
Oh, I wanted to hear it. You'll have to bust it out. Oh, that's terrible, Cody.
That was a bad one.
Yes, Dune Part 1, directed by Denis Villeneuve.
Great director.
Great director. Sicario, Arrival,
Enemy.
Blade Runner 20...
Did he do Ex Machina?
No, that's Alex Garland.
No, that's the dude who did Annihilation.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Alex Garland.
Oh, yeah, Blade Runner. He did.
Blade
That was
Runner,
fucking amazing.
2049. Yeah. So, really cool director and really star-studded cast. This movie is
Oh, yeah.
Filled to the brim.
filled to the brim.
With A-list
Cody,
actors.
hey. Seriously, we're talking Zendaya. We're talking my boy, Timothee Chalamet. We're talking Thanos himself, Josh Brolin.
Zendaya's only in this movie for 2 minutes.
She's in it a lot in the second one.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. We're talking Javier Bardem, Jason Momoa, Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
It's truly crazy. Batista.
Batista, fucking Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Fucking
Stellan Skarsgård was
the dude who played
fantastic.
Spotted Man. In,
David Dash Mountain.
There we go. Yeah, him.
Polka Dot Man. Yeah.
Polka Dot Man. Spotted Man.
Is Spotted Man a man who just has like a really light period?
Spotted Man. We've lost our minds. It's the Spice Melange.
Yeah.
In the book, that's what it's like. It's the Spice Melange.
Oh, okay.
But I'm picturing Cartman saying it that
Cartman
way.
says it, yeah, because Tom Brady's shit is like the
Yeah.
Spice Melange for some reason in that episode.
Such a weird fucking episode.
It's such a weird episode. But yeah, we're talking Dune Part 1. It's a classic sci-fi book, pretty much like considered like the sci-fi book.
Yeah, even though not credited.
The prototype for a lot of things.
I was gonna,
Star Wars,
I was gonna
literally.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after like reading the book, like you can tell you're like, oh, George Lucas definitely read this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. Like even if
No,
we
he
did
like
a
even says so, but like after I was like, oh wow, like Star Wars is heavily influenced by this.
yeah, like even if we did a synopsis and was like going like as
The Janae
Jin-
Besseret or the Jedi, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, it even sounds the same. You know,
I mean, they use the voice, like they use the Force, and they're like, sit down. Or, you
the
know?
voice, the Force, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's basically Luke Skywalker, Paul, Luke. You know, it's biblical names.
For sure. Although he does lead a galactic jihad. Yeah, that's one thing the book does that the movie doesn't. And I was actually talking with, when I was seeing that girl with the publicist, she's like, it's very intentional in not using the word jihad in today's movies, whereas in the book, that's all he writes.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
like
really?
Paul leads a galactic jihad, where they like, because some people interpret it like, oh, he like saved everyone. It's like, oh, he actually kills like
Millions.
the majority of the
yeah.
galaxy. Yeah. Like, so-
That's crazy. So that's his destiny.
yeah, that's why he like especially if you see the second one and in the book and in this one, he like doesn't like he like sees what's gonna happen and he can't even like avoid it.
Oh
But
yeah, because he has visions. That's part of his
yeah,
powers.
and he tries to like manage it as best he can, but like once he starts like winning over these like religious Fremen fanatics, it's pretty much a wrap, and they hop from planet to planet.
Because they think he's the Messiah.
Some of them do, some of them don't. He has to like earn their Stilgar. Javier Bardem does.
Yeah. But at the end of this one, you have that dude that is against him that tries to sword fight him.
Dude, that's sweet. He challenges him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamis.
Jamis.
Yeah, Jamis. We jamming.
I was thinking the same thing.
It was weird because it looked like he had a vision right before like he met him where he was having a deep conversation with this dude, but then the dude dies.
Yeah.
So that confused me because it's like, so how did he like? So what was he? What was that? Like, is that something that happens and that we'll get to see or something?
No.
He just has a vision of like being friends with that dude.
Yeah, he just has like multiple visions, like even in the book.
So it's not just the future that he could see. It's
No,
like,
it's just like future or things in general. It's not always like something that's real or is going to happen. It's just like
Visions. Like sometimes it's
visions.
just like insightful stuff.
yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly.
Okay, just because he's high as on spice.
Dude, he's about that life.
Dude, I'm high on spice right now.
Yeah,
Hey.
exactly. Smoking straight spice.
We're the Spice Boys.
Ooh. If you want to be my lover.
One thing. That's hilarious. Like, I don't know. Well, yeah, we could talk about, I don't know. Yeah, sorry.
Well, I mean, I guess we should start from the beginning. The beginning seems like it follows the 80s movie because I saw the 80s movies as a kid, but I didn't know it was the inspiration for Star Wars. So as a kid, I was just like, oh, this is just boring Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, the 80s movie sucks, honestly. It's not a good movie.
It's pretty campy.
It's not worth watching.
I don't think so, actually.
Isn't it
No.
a David Lynch movie?
Yeah.
I think it's worth watching.
It's whatever. The book is worth reading, I'll say that. like 100% the book is worth reading.
For sure.
I was like blown away when reading it. I was like, oh wow, this is really cool. It's honestly like when you read the book, it's kind of more about like religion. Like it's just set in the future and like certain things make it sci-fi, but it's really about like and
a religious
Frank
war.
Herbert, even himself, he's like the main theme I'm trying to get across is like be wary of charismatic leaders and like where they can lead you. Because like I said before, like what starts off as like yeah, like he's the hero of the Fremen, like he does ultimately like take over the known galaxy and wreck shit.
Yeah.
Like even in this movie, he has visions of them, piles of bodies burning, and it's like, and it is Paul's enemies.
Yeah.
Right, and we could definitely already see what are they called, the Bene Gesserit?
Yeah,
that they're not good by any means. They're just powerful and have their own, machinations about how the universe should go. Because I guess we don't know what he looks like in this movie. There's an emperor.
Well, you know what he looks like in the second one, and it's Christopher Walken.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
In this one, we just kind of meet the Baron, Stellan Skarsgård, who's
so
just
awesome.
The Harkonnens used to. So, okay, I feel like Jake would be best for the synopsis because he's the dude.
All right. I'll give you a synopsis.
Dude.
So,
he's the Dune
this
dude.
takes place. This takes place in the future, and it is in the future. At one point, there was an Earth, and they are humans and whatnot. But humanity has since branched off, taken over the galaxy, and pretty much you have a bunch of different planets and a bunch of different houses that like run these planets, kind of like Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
And so you have House Atreides, which is pretty much like kind of like a noble, almost Stark-like house.
Yeah, the good guys.
The good guys. Oscar Isaac is the father, almost very much a Ned Stark type.
Yeah.
He knows it's a trap being given Arrakis,
Just like
but he's
Ned,
still like,
yeah.
But he exactly. He comes to King's Landing, like he still knows, but he's a man of honor and duty, so he does it.
It definitely felt that way. Hell yeah.
For sure. And so basically, you have all these houses. There is an emperor who you don't meet in this movie, but you will. And he has tasked Leto Atreides, that's Timothée Chalamet's father. Timothée Chalamet plays Paul Atreides. He has tasked him with running this planet called Arrakis, which is the only known source of this very valuable substance called spice, and it powers interstellar travel as well as does like all kinds of crazy other shit. It's just worth the most.
Yeah.
But before that, House Harkonnen used to run Arrakis, and then it got taken away from them.
Yeah, and they're super rich and powerful.
Super rich and powerful, but also super evil and fucked up.
Yeah, they were like subjugating the Fremen, who are like the natives to Arrakis.
Arrakis,
Yeah. And House Harkonnen is kind of like these pale, bald people. I'm not gonna lie. The second movie, there's a awesome scene on whatever planet Harkonnen's on, and it's fucking so cool.
So do we get more Batista in the second movie? Because we barely get him here.
You get
really?
Kind of. No, honestly, dude, you get Austin Butler, who like
oh nice. Okay.
The scenes that he's in the second one steals the show.
Okay,
and
cool,
and he plays a Harkonnen, and he's a fucking psychopath.
Nice.
Well,
dude, it's pretty.
Dune 2 is like. I'm just
saying Dune 2 is like it is his Dark Knight / Empire Strikes Back.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. Well, we'll definitely do an episode on that.
We should. But anyways, so House Atreides now has to pretty much mine for spice and sell it to the galaxy. But all the equipment is shitty, and the planet itself is a very brutal planet. It's crazy desert hot. Like unbearably hot. You can't even be out in the sun for that long.
So hot you have to have special suits to survive even a day.
Dude, those suits in the books are really cool. Like how he describes how they work. They actually
they take your sweat and
they take everything.
Yeah, piss.
It's not just shit too.
Oh damn!
Like in the book, it takes your moisture of everything, converts it into like drinkable water and coolant that you can like use.
Cody's licking his lips.
I'm just saying, because like in the movie, it definitely makes it seem like it's only sweat and piss, but it's like everything.
Well, when they're in the tent, him and his mom, Lady Jessica, they're in the tent, and he's like, "Here, you need to drink something," and he's like, "It's sweat and tears."
Yeah,
it's such an emo moment. Yeah, but he's just like, "It's sweat and tears." By the way. And it works in this movie, and it's not going to take away points. But Timothée Chalamet and especially Jason Momoa, they're the same fucking character in every movie. Like they're never any really that different.
Yeah, true. But Timothée Chalamet's character in this, Paul isn't really the most interesting thing about Dune to begin with.
No, not at all. But he's like brooding, young dude.
Well, it's kind of like how Luke Luke isn't the most interesting character in Star Wars. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, he felt like a Return of the Jedi Luke a little bit. Not as powerful, but the same kind of like
quiet, serious.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm looking for my Dune copy and now I don't see it.
Mm.
I do like Jason Momoa in this movie though. Fucking Duncan, Idaho.
Yeah,
What a name.
Duncan,
Dude,
Idaho.
in the books, I know this from like talking to other friends. It doesn't happen in the second one. Duncan Idaho comes back.
Nice.
And not only does he come back, he's like, doesn't happen in the second movie, don't worry. He comes back as like the Genetic Bezrai, like clone him
Yeah,
and pretty much make like a clone
Oh.
army of Duncan Idaho's.
yeah.
Nice.
Seriously.
The Duncan, Idaho
Yeah,
army.
they like consider him to be like, it's like that's a strong,
He's a peak
perfect
warrior.
soldier.
Yeah,
human. Yeah, peak warrior.
yeah. Well, I mean,
He
you
is a
see
sick
him. Yeah, you
fighter.
see him
Yeah,
wreck
you see him
people.
take out the Sardaukar.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Sardaukar. Oh my God, those guys are insane.
Yeah, they're nuts. The Imperial Blade.
Yep, they're elite.
yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking sick. Yeah, so basically they walk into this trap and then shit goes haywire because the plan is to really get Atreides there and then kill off all of them.
hmm
Yeah, the Harkonnen come for
Maybe
them.
maybe spare the Janae Besseret like super mother lady. I forgot what her name is, but the one who gives him that test with the hand in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, evil grandma is what
Evil
I picture it as.
grandma.
Dude, you know what a scene I really like in this movie is it's when she's talking to the Baron and the spotted man dude,
Yeah,
and there's that weird
Poke it out.
spider monster.
Yeah.
yeah.
And she's like, tell your pet to leave. And he's like, it's okay. He can't understand you. And she uses the voice and she's like, get out. And the creature like leaves.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she says,
yeah.
see, it can understand me. It's like,
Yeah,
and then he's like,
that was creepy.
yeah, exactly. Like, I like that she knew because she's like a truth seer.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah. I love the voice though. It's so cool. I love the
voice
scene
is
in the
sick.
helicopter.
Yeah.
Not the helicopter, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Ornithopter, dude.
Yeah, the ornithopter.
Yeah, dude.
Such a silly name too for like some things in this world are like so serious and then it's like Duncan, Idaho and like shit like that.
Ornithopter.
It's the ornithopter.
Ornithopter.
It's the dragonfly helicopter. It's pretty sick.
No, it's
Those, yeah, the design is sick. Yeah.
they're
You know what I
dope.
really like in this movie is like honestly just like kind of simple nerdy shit. Like when Josh Brolin and Timothée Chalamet train in the beginning and they both like put on that shield of theirs.
I recognize your footsteps, old
Yeah.
man. Something like that.
Yeah.
And he
Those shields are sick.
the
Yeah.
shields are sick and he teaches them that like it's not about like hitting someone quickly. Like you have to like hold it there to break the shield and then you cut them.
Yeah. And so they're blue and when you get those soft spots it turns red. So whenever you're seeing like Duncan, Idaho take everyone
Yeah,
out, it's
that's
you're
killing
seeing that red flashing everywhere. It's so cool.
Dude, there's a lot of cool shit. Like once again, like so okay, like even when you're reading the book, you're like, well, why are they so advanced, but they still use like blades and swords? And
True.
it's because in the Dune, and they don't even really use like they do in this. They have a few but like the book talks about, dude, there's no robots because
Oh yeah.
a Terminator event had already happened in this universe.
Oh shit, really?
Seriously. So like, okay, remember in this movie the black dude that like he's the calculator, he's the mentat.
Yeah.
Okay, so those guys are like real humans, but like from literally from like birth to like human, they're just like heavily. They're also drugged up with spice, but they're also like taught shit, so they can calculate. So this universe doesn't have robots because
So that's why he was doing Undertaker eyes at that one point.
yeah, but he's not a robot. Like this universe already had robots, but the robots like did some Terminator shit and almost took over, and they had to fight him. And so now there's like no robots allowed, no androids. Even the pilots of the ships is just like actual pilots. There is like no computer shit. That's why they use like they still use blades. They no longer use like really missiles. They talk about how like if you use an atomic missile on anything that has that shield on it, it'll like mega blast it. And so like crazy shit is like outlawed in this universe because of
The previous wars and
previous wars.
the history.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
right. Like so there's a nuclear explosion if like the shield breaks.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, like no, if it's like something, if a nuke like hits something that has a shield on it, it'll like cause the crazy big blast.
Oh shit.
So you have to like, I don't know if you remember, like in this one when the Harkonnens attack at night,
Yeah.
and you see that one missile like going through the shield slowly,
Yes,
and
yes,
then
yes,
it,
yes.
like
Okay.
yeah, but like if you were to shoot like a nuke at it and it just like bounce off the shield, it would cause a crazy explosion.
There's also the thing that goes into Paul's room that like
Yeah,
the Hunter Seeker thing. Yeah.
Well,
That
those
was
are
scary.
drone piloted, so there was someone controlling.
Yeah, he was hiding in the walls.
He was hiding in the walls. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, there's so much sci-fi shit in this movie that like is from the book, but never explained. You know what I mean?
Also,
Yeah.
from what I hear, this is a very anti-war, anti-capitalist book.
Makes sense.
It's also a huge. It's an environmentalist book.
Yeah.
The whole book, he talks about like converting desert into like lush, livable land. That's what happens in these books. Arrakis becomes like a Garden of Eden.
Nice.
They terraform the fuck out of it.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's just like the book is so massive and so detailed that there's so much shit. Kind of like Game of Thrones. Like you just can't fit everything in a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to hit you guys with a hot take.
What?
I hear the second one is great. And the first one was good. I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't think it was all that, the first one.
I don't think it was all that, but
Oh, really?
I liked it a lot.
I liked it too, but I
Oh,
didn't
I
love
loved
it. I liked it a lot.
I love it more now. I've watched it a few times. Like I think I've watched it like altogether maybe like 7 times.
Damn.
Nice.
See, I just
And
watched it for the second
I didn't like
time.
it like the first.
Yeah, the first
one or
time I
two.
hated it.
Yeah, that's what I
Really?
mean. Yeah.
What?
When I first watched it, I didn't.
I was just like, this is what, like, so I think I just like was,
This is whatever.
yeah, it just like didn't amaze. Like, I think like visually and sonically and stuff like that, it amazed me, but I just like wasn't captivated by the plot at all the first time I watched it.
Damn. Well, I'll give you guys a quick vision of the future. This is getting a 6 from me for sure.
Dude, are you having visions?
Oh,
Well, that felt weird.
is Anthony Paul?
I would say Anthony's pretty Paul-like out of all of us.
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
I
I'll
would
use the
agree with
voice. I do have the voice, technically.
Okay, so who am
that.
I?
That's true. Ooh, okay. You could be a few people, honestly.
Okay, let's hear it.
There's part of you that has Duncan, Idaho vibes.
I was thinking that. Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely
okay.
Duncan, Idaho.
Duncan fucking. Imagine getting killed by a guy named Duncan, Idaho. It's just like, what the fuck?
Dude, yeah, that's. Yeah, I guess maybe just Duncan, Idaho.
Cody, Idaho. I like it.
Cody.
Cody, Idaho. Jake. I feel like you are Stellan Skarsgård. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
I don't want to
kidding.
be Baron.
Baron
No,
Harkin.
dude, he
I
was
feel like I'm Stilgar, honestly.
I
Who was Stilgar?
Stilgar.
Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem. I was going to say Stilgar or Josh Brolin's character, Gurney.
I think Stilgar more than Gurney.
Gurney Halleck.
I think
Yeah.
Stilgar more than
yeah, I think
Stilgar,
Stilgar more
yeah.
than Gurney.
yeah. I actually was thinking Stilgar.
Jake would like spit on the floor and then he'd be like, no, that's my moisture. You should be lucky that I did that.
Exactly. I spit on you. You should be thankful for it.
Yeah. No, Jake. I definitely didn't think you were actually the Baron. I just wanted to call you that.
Baron FH.
Dude, Baron is crazy.
No, he's nuts. He can float. And,
Also, well, dude, another little sci-fi detail that they never explain. He can float because of spice. Like, what's in that contraption on his back is like some weird spice, like hover generator.
crazy.
Yeah. By the way, I feel like for the
Interesting.
listeners, for those of you that don't know, spice is pretty much made by like the worms, and is this weird? Yeah. So in the book, it's actually like worm larvae, like in the air, in like a dust form, and then.
Really? Okay, see, I've heard things about the future of the series, so I don't know if it counts as a spoiler because I don't even know what I'm spoiling.
Well, it depends. There's like 17 books. So
Well, I've heard that Paul becomes the worm.
No,
Paul becomes
or a
like a
worm.
weird, like he does become a worm.
is it Paul? I thought it was one of Paul's ancestors.
I think it's Paul's son. It's
Yeah,
Paul's like
Leto
great-grandson,
or something.
Like Leto.
Oh, weird.
It's Leto the
Okay.
second.
Yeah,
Oh,
He
so
becomes
weird.
like a worm god.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that kind of weird shit makes me want to read the books. Like, how does it get to that point?
I
'Cause
haven't read to that point either, but
You know, from this vantage point, it's like, how?
And that's
How the
still
fuck
that's
does it-
before, because I've heard that like you should just quit after Frank Herbert passes.
really the first three. He originally wrote it to be like a trio.
There. Okay, so because I looked it up recently, but so it was a little bit too much. I didn't want to buy like it was 5 books I think you could get
Yeah.
by Frank Herbert, and then it's his son that writes it. I don't know the names of them, but there was like a 3-book box set and a 5-book.
Nice.
But I would go for the 5-book because it sounds like it gets pretty crazy, even if it's not. But I've heard, like the first 3 are all you really need, like if you want to read it.
And at that, the first one is really all you need.
Yeah. So I gotta read the first one. I've been wanting to.
Do yourself a favor, bro.
Yeah, everything you're saying is like, I gotta read that.
There's just like really cool like nerd shit in it.
I like that. Like, I do like that in this, even though they allude to like what it's going to be, I like the lack of like a love interest being like a central plot point to Dune 1.
Yeah.
You know what I
True.
mean? Like, I don't know. It doesn't need it. Like, I mean, I know it's setting up for Zendaya, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Watch the second one. Don't be so quick to think you know what's going down.
oh, I know. I don't know anything.
Well, a big part of it is the relationship between Paul and his mom, Jessica, who's not
Lady
even
Jessica.
So I guess it's like they barely mention it, but that's not Leto's wife. They just say it's his concubine.
It's his concubine. It's his mistress.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're not officially married.
So then, like, do they ever explain in the book, like, so how does Paul, like, so Paul is still next in line, but, like,
he is.
that doesn't make him a bastard or something like that?
No, because she's not like some street, like their order, the Janae Besseret, is a very, like, high honorable thing. It's like a valuable thing to have a Janae Besseret within your house/community. Even the Fremen have a Janae Besseret of their own in their siege, which you'll meet in Dune 2, like shit like that. So no, they're not looked at in any way like lessers or. But yeah, no, it's never taken a wife.
Nice.
But I think also the Janae Besseret don't really want theirs to be like locked down like that.
Yeah. They talk about that kind of stuff. They kind of like,
and she even says the high priestess or whatever the fuck her name is says you were supposed to have a girl.
Yeah.
To Jessica.
Yes, I was just gonna say it seems like it's mostly women.
They can control like what they have, and you'll see that also in like the second one too. It's crazy. It's like really crazy. Like they can do crazy shit.
Yeah.
No, I like it. Like I what Cody was saying before, like when he watched the 80s movie, it felt like boring Star Wars. But I feel like this updated version and being truer to the books and the fact that Star Wars took from it, it feels like more mature Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it is. It's definitely more mature Star Wars. And it's because it doesn't even like imply like what Paul does is good.
Yeah.
In this movie, it definitely feels that way.
Well,
Like they're building him up to be a
It
savior.
feels that way. But but that's like almost the bad thing.
Yeah. Because
is that
like,
they're building him up to be a savior.
yeah, because like it's almost like a lesson at the end of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not crazy about Timothee Chalamet, but I'm excited to see where he goes with it in the second one.
I mean, he was whatever, like, yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying before, like I think he's not a bad actor. I don't think he's like ever blowing me away. He just seems like one note. I don't know. But Cody, you said before, like I'm interested to know why you don't like what about this movie you don't
That's
like.
true.
What is it
don't you?
missing?
Yeah. It literally has families being killed and torn apart.
Yeah, I do like that. I mean, it's not going to get a bad score by any means, but I'm not going to give it a 6. It just like it's not that.
Doesn't slap for you?
Yeah, it doesn't like really grip me. You know what I mean?
Dude, the worms? You guys don't like the worms?
Oh, the worms are dope, but you also get
Hey, don't say you guys.
you also
I'm
get
not
like
on
you
Cody's
get
side
like
for this
30
one.
seconds of the worms in this movie.
There's
Yeah,
not
but-
a lot of worms in.
But see, like, that's what I like about this movie. It kind of like you do more with less. And like, it really focuses, like, this movie is beautifully shot.
Oh, I mean,
Like, every shot. of,
this is like
Beautiful movie.
yeah, this is one of those movies. If we were talking about this in comic format, I would be saying, regardless of what I think of the plot, the art was out of this world. Like the cinematography, the soundtrack, stuff like that.
Soundtrack out of this world. Yeah.
Yeah, mind blowing.
Dude, Hans Zimmer?
Yeah, the Zimmerman himself.
It's the Hans.
Yeah.
I hate that. Zimmerman reminds me of the dude who killed Trayvon Martin.
Oh,
Yeah, good point. Don't try to put propaganda in Dune,
Yeah,
Cody.
Cody, look at you guys.
He's trying to slip it in.
Propaganda support.
Stop saying you guys with
no, keep lumping Anthony in with me.
No.
You guys, I'm serious, you guys.
No, but I don't know. It's just like if we're going back to Jake's thermometer metaphor,
Here we go.
it just like doesn't get all the way up for me.
Okay, see a little softy, little half chub there.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's just like it. I think I'll probably like the first one more when I see the second one. But I think the way I feel about Dune 1 is kind of the way I feel about Across the Spider-Verse, and that like it just does. It's an incomplete thought. You know what I mean? Like so much setup that doesn't.
I don't know what you mean. You're wrong about that
the
too.
first one is amazing. I don't agree with that either.
The first
Across the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse, I like way more than Across.
Oh, the second. I love the second one.
I love the
you're
second
talking about
one
how
too.
it's a two-parter, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying.
But no, this feels
it doesn't feel complete.
okay.
No, it doesn't
Fair
feel
enough.
complete. It literally
Fair
ends
enough.
on an incomplete note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I don't like that. I don't like that. Like,
Cody, that seems very autismal of you.
I kind of love that word.
That's a Jake original right there. Autismal.
I just don't. I want to see. I feel like there's like no part of this that like feels complete. You know what I mean? I feel like you just get a taste of everything, but not enough of anything to like really captivate me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the most captivating thing about this movie, I mean, is the cinematography, the special effects, you know what I mean? All of that stuff.
Spice.
I don't know. Like, yes, but also everything else. Like the lore we've been talking about is what hooked me. Like the first time
but
around.
how much of what we're talking about does not take place in the first movie? Most of what we've been talking about doesn't take place in the first movie.
True.
Well, the stuff that Jake was just talking about in the book, but no. I
And
think
the stuff
still
we're talking
enough-
about in Dune 2 that we've heard about happening in Dune 2, and the stuff we've heard about happening in the other. Very little of like the lore we're discussing is in the movie Dune 1. And I think there's cool shit. I think I understand the fandom.
I'm
just
hard
like,
disagreeing with you
Okay.
this episode, Cody. I think
This
there's
is
plenty of lore
crazy.
because that's all I've ever known about I haven't read the book, so like I think from
yeah,
this
but you've
movie, this is
also
what I'm
watched
saying.
YouTube videos, or
No, I
you
haven't.
seen TikToks
I really
or
not with this
nothing?
movie.
TikTok.
No, really, because I really because like I watched this when it first came out. We weren't either we weren't doing the podcast or it wasn't like we all watched it at different times. It never came up as an episode, and I really liked it. But then I was like, yeah, so it's part one. So I'm like, okay, obviously, I was like, then I was like, I'm gonna read the book now. Obviously, I didn't, and then with this one, I'm like, okay, I can't watch any videos because it's gonna spoil the second movie for me. So I do usually do that, but for this one, I just know, like, I've seen people talk about it online, but I don't know what they're talking about. Like I'm saying, when Paul being a worm or someone being a worm, I'm like, how?
Yeah.
You know, like I thought this was just like Tremors. Like the worms are just there to fuck with you. Like you don't become a worm, you know, or
Apparently you can.
but I like sci-fi that's like deep and requires a lot of lore and like you have to sit there and pay attention. Like I didn't feel cheated at the end of this movie whatsoever. Like I felt like it was a nice ride. It was beautiful. I want to see the second one. It's like a good comic. Like it's to be continued. Sweet.
Ooh, I agree with that.
You know? You don't want to overpack something.
Oh.
You know, you don't want 8 episodes.
No,
Game of
but
Thrones
I
last
also
season.
like. I don't know. I don't know because
You just don't like incomplete things.
Well, it's not even that because I like the way Fellowship of the Rings ended.
I was about to say that also is incomplete if you think
I
about
like it. I like
and
it.
so is the second one.
I like the way both of those end,
Good point.
but they just like I don't know. Then I guess I can't put my fucking finger on it, dude. But there's something this movie's lacking for me. There's something it's lacking for me.
And it's the same thing that the Spider-Verse movie lacks for you.
Yeah, Spider-Verse does too. I think they're both great. I'm not saying they're bad.
It's just in Cody thinks those movies are bad.
Cody doesn't appreciate cinema. We know. We hear it.
Yeah, no. I get it.
I think both are good, and some of the best things that have been made in the past few years neither of them were in my top 5 or even 10, maybe. I don't know, probably 10 for Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I'd put Spider-Verse in there.
But that's how I'm feeling.
Whoa. Okay.
That's how I'm
Baron
feeling.
Harkonnen over here.
Yeah, that's who you just became. The villain.
Ooh.
Looming
I
over us.
love the scene when Leto bites on the pill and
Yeah, poisons the whole room.
Oh, lets out the gas.
yeah. Let's out the
Dude.
gas. That's what I'm about to do right now, baby.
Oh.
Hey.
Dude, yeah.
And then the Baron survives. He's crawling on the ceiling. Like his soldiers find him like in the corner, like
Yeah.
Hereditary style.
yeah. Yeah, that scene is sick.
Yeah.
I like
Then he's in like his healing bath.
I like that it's the reason he even does it is because it's the fucking doctor, Dr. Hugh. who,
Yeah. Mr. Sinister, right? He has like
You're
diamond
right.
on his
He is
forehead.
Mr. Sinister. That's
He
crazy.
should be the Mr. Sinister in the movies.
Oh, I would like
Right?
that.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's like we saw you with a diamond in the other movie.
Yeah,
You're gold.
Yeah,
I mean, that
just-
dude, he was like, his character is briefly in the movie, but he's cool. Like on one hand, you like he's a little shit for betraying the house, but he like knows he is, and he gives Jared Leto. He gives,
Oscar Isaacs.
Oh, God.
yeah, Oscar Isaac's Leto. The pill. He's like, I betrayed you because they have my wife, but
Right. He had a good reason.
he had a good reason, yeah. And he's like, here, but if you bite down at this pill at the right moment, you will have your revenge and kill the Baron.
Yeah.
So it's kind of he knows he's like, I'm sorry for doing this. This is really shitty, but like,
and we see him get his anyway when he confronts
and
the Baron.
He is gonna get his anyways.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that scene is crazy.
Yeah, that's the
He just
first time you
snaps his
see the
neck.
Baron
Yeah.
fly over. I thought he slices it with like a knife.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you're right.
He
You're
does.
right.
He
You're right.
slices him. Yeah, he like
Slices
floats
it.
over, floats from across the table, and like grabs him. And then,
Yeah. Yeah. After telling him, he's like, all right, you can be with your wife now.
I guess there's a. I was watching this video with Denis Villeneuve, and so it's the scene like it's for one of the scenes where the Baron is in the bath, or it's like he's not in the bath yet. Actually, he's just still being Baron, but he's like really sweaty and like wipes his face like that.
Yeah.
And Denis Villeneuve said he took that from Apocalypse Now, where Marlon Brando in Vietnam is really sweaty. He did like a side by side, and it was pretty cool.
nice.
Oh, interesting. That's like one of the first time you see his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the makeup for the Baron is sick, considering like Stellan Skarsgård is a very tall, thin man.
Yeah. He looks
He's, like,
gnarly.
wearing this massive suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks gross.
Yeah, disgusting. Which is cool because in the book he is like massively gross.
Is he?
Yeah. He's like
Nice.
like huge.
Oh, nice.
For whatever. He's just a glutton, but because he's so fat, he like that's why he has the floaty thing, so he can like Charles Xavier style, like float. Yeah.
He's kind of like Mojo in the X-Men.
Yeah.
You remember Mojo?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like MODOK. In a
Yeah.
way.
Modoc, yeah.
Baron Modoc.
Baron Modoc.
Well, I'll give it. I like this movie honestly, and I think the book also. Like I read the book after seeing the movie a couple times, and then I was like, okay, now I like the movie a little more
Okay.
because the book puts things into perspective for you. So I'm gonna give it a 6.
Ooh. Very
Also, for the
nice.
record, I would be giving Dune 2 a 6 as well.
Nice.
Perhaps
Jake's having
a much easier. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a 6. No, serious. Dune 2 is a much easier earned 6 than Dune 1, though. I'll say that.
All right. So I'm going to give it 4.9.
Dune 1 does the world with 4.
4 point.
Wow. Cody
Wow, not even a
Coaster.
gentleman's 5.
Not a gentleman's
I
5.
said one step below a gentleman's 5.
That is a direct insult.
Tangerine sized Joe Pesci
Yeah.
away
You know what
from
it is? It's like getting the blade at the perfect moment on the shields.
Cody, why did you like Marvel's Secret Invasion more than this movie? No, I'm just
I did
I
not.
was
I
about to
did
say.
not.
That's how it feels.
That
That's how it
sounds
feels.
crazy. That does feel like that.
No, I did not. I hated Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man, it's just you do seem kind of lukewarm on this movie, even though it's still a good
know.
score, 4.9.
You lukewarm Skywalker?
That's a good name for Paul.
Yeah,
Paul
exactly.
Yeah, Paul is Lukewarm Skywalker. Oh. That's so
Like,
funny.
I loved this movie the first time I watched it, and the second time I loved it again. It's just like, I think it flows really well.
I will say, the first time I watched it, I would have given it a lower score.
Me too.
Damn.
I fell asleep and I really didn't like it the first time.
Yeah, I did. I could not be. I just like.
I think it was the viewing experience though, and that I watched it first on TV.
Oh, see, first time I saw it was in theaters, but I still didn't like it that much.
That was my third time seeing it. Was in theaters, and then I liked it, and I was like, it's meant to be seen on a big screen. I saw Dune 2 on IMAX,
I wish.
and I don't remember.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to see it this weekend.
You guys should.
Yeah, I definitely
honestly
want to see it.
Try and see it
on
before it leaves
IMAX.
theaters because it is dope.
We should try and see it this weekend, and then do the episode as soon as you guys get back from your travels.
Oh, that's
Oh,
That's Jake traveling to West Virginia.
via Sandworm.
yeah. Shit,
Jake's
yeah.
gonna be traveling across the U.S. via Sandworm.
Yeah. Dude, we also didn't mention that the sandworms are summoned by like rhythmic noises.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's a really cool thing. It's like, dude, if you walk normally, you're just walking and you could be hundreds of miles away and a sandworm's like, what?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, also they say, but you don't get to see it, but they mention it's like you can't use your shield either because it sends them into a killing frenzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll,
Like, what?
Drive them crazy. Yeah, it's like the energy it gives off.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And so I love sand walking. You have to kind of like skip and hop, and
Yes.
it's like playing the ultimate game of Foursquare or whatever. Hopscotch.
Yeah. Hopscotch.
Yeah, hopscotch.
Four
Back
squares.
in my day, we played Foursquare.
Dude, that was the one with the ball and four people in.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that game.
Or box ball. I remember some of us called it box ball.
That sounds dirty.
That sounds dirty.
This is funny. All right.
Well,
Dunesters.
Dunesters. Thank you for
More like poon, am I right?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, because fuck this movie. You know what I mean? No,
damn,
I'm
Cody.
just kidding. I didn't. I just saw an opportunity.
Negatory.
No, I like the movie a lot. I do,
Negatory
and
lanes
I
over
do
here.
want to say after the second time I saw it, I liked it a good bit more. Like realistically, after the first time, I probably would have only given it like a 3.5.
Whoa.
What?
After the first,
You made me
time.
make a sound that I've never made before because I'm so flabbergasted right now.
Were you just trying to use the voice on me, Anthony?
Yeah, was that the voice?
Maybe it was like
Dude, speaking of, Christopher Walken is in Dune 2 and he doesn't like try to change his voice at all, so it's just very Christopher Walken.
That's so
It's just-
funny.
it's like,
As the
Paul,
Emperor.
you know, yeah. Atreides.
That's so funny.
It honestly makes it even better. Yeah, it's pretty. It's like nice, classic.
Wait, so are there multiple worms or is it just one?
No.
no, there's multiple worms.
Yeah, there's like-
mad worms up in there.
Yeah, it's like
But what-
a planet of worms.
Yeah.
What does the Fremen mean when they say Shai-Halud?
That's like
What
the
is that?
Omega Giant.
Yeah.
which he
The
does
one that he
ride.
confronts?
No,
No.
maybe.
Is that-
it's
I
the
don't
one that he
think so.
rides?
I don't think
Oh,
it
but
was the one he
that doesn't
confronts.
happen.
No,
in
I
this
think that was
movie.
just a worm.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I think Shai-Halud is significantly bigger than that
Yeah,
one.
Shai-Halud's the biggest worm on the planet, and he's almost like a god to the Fremen. And in the movie, that is the one that he rides, is the Shai-Halud. He like
Nice.
straight up puts his hooks in it. It's pretty awesome.
Like Avatar, like when
no,
he
like
fuck-
dude, it's fucking cool. That's that whole scene.
but you know what I mean? Like in Avatar when he has to
Yeah,
like
exactly.
bond with a dragon thing.
It's kind of like that, yeah.
nice.
But dude, Spielberg even said he was like the worm riding scene in Dune 2 is incredible.
Nice.
And
Nice.
It really is. Like that scene is sick.
Cody, you're not allowed to see Dune 2.
Why?
Yeah, no,
just
because
heard.
we can't bring negative vibes into the recording.
Yeah. Come on.
Whoa, I didn't bring negative vibes here.
No, he's kidding.
I'm nothing but positive.
Oh god.
I like the movie. I just think it just ain't no Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what? I actually agree with that.
Oh
Like,
shit! Godzilla versus Kong comes out
dude,
tomorrow.
That movie looks
or Friday.
batshit crazy.
It
You're right,
looks-
tomorrow.
Yeah.
It looks like it's either going to be so insane that it's awesome, or it's going to be
Yeah.
balls.
I think it's going to be so batshit stupid that it's cool. And it's
Yeah,
just like, cool,
yeah,
this
yeah.
movie knows it looks ridiculous. Hopefully they know it looks ridiculous. Because it does, like, the previews. Godzilla is one of my favorite things, and it makes me hate it. Like, I'm just like, what is this like? There's literally a scene I saw where, like, King Kong hops on Godzilla's back as Godzilla's running. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here?
Yeah. It's
Like coming off of Godzilla -1, it's gonna be hard to top that. But
Oh,
I'm
for
hoping it's just like
It's not
in the
gonna
way
be
you're
like that.
describing. Like, yeah, it's not gonna hit us in that way, but maybe it's just like we were hyped for Mortal Kombat. Like, I hope
Exactly.
it's just fun.
I'm just worried that they're going to go that these movies feel like they're kind of starting to go the Transformers route.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
They are. They're going like the Transformers / like Fast and Furious route.
Yeah.
But if you said Godzilla versus Kong versus Transformers, you bet your ass I'm showing up.
I'm there.
I'm not going to lie. I would show up too.
I would show up too. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. Who wins?
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
I'm just thinking like Godzilla versus Megatron. Like that would just be
That would
sick.
be sick.
Yeah.
You get Mecha Godzilla involved, like getting Transformers parts.
That'd be, dude. What if it was like Mega God? It was like a Megatron Godzilla.
Ooh,
That would be sick.
that makes sense. Okay. Optimus Kong, kind of like Beast Wars.
Optimus
You know?
Kong.
Optimus Kong.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck yeah. Sick. I do like Optimus Kong though. That's sick.
He's Dudley Kong's brother.
Optimus Kong
Optimus Kong.
and Dudley Kong.
Dudley Kong's brother or twin, did you say?
Brother.
They could be twins.
That'd be
Yeah.
even better if they're twins.
Kind of like
It's so
Arnold
fucking
and Danny
stupid.
DeVito.
yeah.
Dudley Kong and Optimus Kong. I love Dudley Kong.
Dude, I love Dudley Kong too.
He's a real character.
Yeah, the simpleton.
You guys, if you're wondering who Dudley Kong is, you need to go back in our episodes, and I don't even know which one.
Yeah,
Figure
where-
out which one. it
Just
is.
search Dudley Kong's Adventure. You'll find.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. Dudley Kong's Adventure.
Oh, dude, what a crazy. We have a lot of lore.
Yeah.
One day when
We
they
do.
turn
We have as much lore as Dune does.
yeah,
I was just gonna say we're the Dune
one
of
day,
podcasts.
one day when they turn our podcast into a movie, they're gonna have to make it a multiple parter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And Cody's gonna hate the first one.
Hey, I don't hate all first ones. I love Fellowship. I loved it.
We should do a Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
episode. We truly
Yeah. No, this year it's gonna happen. It's on the list.
It's on the
That's
list.
sick.
I think
It's on
that's
the
a good.
list.
I think that's a good fall. Like
Yes.
Yeah, I
fall.
agree.
Like maybe
Hard
like
Holiday
autumn
season.
vibes, autismal
Yeah.
vibes, if you will.
autismal. Cody, this is very autismal of you. Oh.
Oh.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in again. We're never going to let you down, so keep checking us out.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake FH.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics N Chronic. That's comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.